Do you guys hate cables as much as I do? I trip over them, they're always too short or too long, and occasionally they produce a crackling noise because you stepped on them way too often. You guys know that I've always been using these little wireless devices called guitar bugs. The problem is, they usually operate on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. That's the same frequency that all our wireless computer peripherals use and therefore interfere with your guitar signal. Your mouse, keyboard, all the smart things in your house use that frequency. Even the microwave oven uses that same frequency and interferes with your guitar signal. When my hubby prepares a meal in a microwave, I have more dropouts than a high school in the Bronx. So this little magic box from XVive is supposedly gonna solve all the mentioned issues. How? Let's check it out. The XVive A58 is a wireless guitar system that uses the 5.8 gigahertz frequency. So with the A58, you're less likely to encounter interference from other wireless devices in the area. The XVive A58 consists of a transmitter and a receiver. The transmitter goes into your guitar or bass, and the receiver is plugged into your amp or pedal board. It automatically selects the best of the 6 available wireless channels. Each time you're in a new venue, press the scan button on the receiver for 3 seconds to find the best channel, and then set the transmitter to the same one. The device remembers your last channel setting, by the way. We have a high-resolution 24-bit 48 kHz audio with a range of about 100 feet, and that's 30 meters. That's a perfectly clear signal. I couldn't tell a difference to my other high-quality wireless devices. Compared to a long cable, it is a tad brighter, but you need good ears and a very long cable to tell the difference there. I've been testing the A58 now for several months during sessions and classes, and I did not have a single dropout. I've been having dropout difficulties with my Line 6 recently, which was always my favorite actually, due to the heating in my studio that is controlled by my 2.4 gigahertz smart system. You can help to keep the free videos of this channel running by donating via the thanks button below the video, or become a paying member and enjoy perks. The range should be sufficient for gigs, but these wireless guitar bugs are not recommended for big stages. You need an even more dedicated frequency for big gigs. These devices are just for home use, rehearsals, or small gigs. Now let's talk about battery life. The transmitter and receiver are charged at the same time with this dual USB-C cable. Just plug it into any 5-volt 2-ampere USB power supply. Plug it directly to a power hub or use your phone's power supply. Charging for 2.5 hours gets you 5 hours playtime. A quick 30 minutes of charging gets you 1 hour. If you're not playing but don't want to unplug, move the power switch on the transmitter to off. This is also good for muting the audio signal when you unplug. Unfortunately, I often accidentally press the channel button instead of the off switch and change the channel. Since a lot of you guys keep asking me about my wireless systems, let's talk about the differences, cons, and pros compared to my other 2 devices. One thing I really like is how compact in size the XVive A58 is. It's so easy to bring it to a rehearsal in this little case here. I have a Line 610 GS2 and a Sennheiser XWS-D. Both are pedal board sets, so the receiver is supposed to go on the pedal board. While the Sennheiser is also available as an instrument set, like the XVive, the Line 6 always has a box-shaped receiver. Bear in mind that a pedal board set always has the receiver plugged into a power supply. Instrumental sets don't need a power supply. You charge both transmitter and receiver via USB. That's a lot more convenient in my opinion. The A58's transmitter and receiver plugs can both be adjusted in angle. That's really cool. On Strats, you just leave the plug straight, while on jazz guitars, take advantage of the angle. What immediately caught my eye, however, is how unnecessarily far the plug protrudes from the guitar. This is the A58 compared to the Sennheiser, which can also be angled. Look how much closer the Sennheiser is and how elegant it looks. Why is this important apart from aesthetic design? When you sit on a couch, you don't want the plug to be in your way. That's one of the reasons you use an angle plug in the first place. The Line 6 doesn't even have an angle option. The XVive sticks out too much, and the Sennheiser is the definite winner in this field. For a systematic approach to jazz guitar, check out my jazz starter packs. The link is in the video description or bio. In the 3 months of using the XVive A58, I did not have a single dropout. As for the sound, I really can't tell any difference to my other great sounding brands, but check for yourself. The XVive A58 is an awesome device that can even handle small stages with its 5.8 frequency and 6 channels. It's reliable, easy to use, and has great sound quality. I just wish it had an auto silencer like the Line 6 during plugging and unplugging. It's also hard to find that off switch. The transmitter and receiver should also be visually different from each other. You could color code them, for example. So if you have no sound, check if the receiver is in the amp, not the transmitter, and also that you haven't accidentally switched the channel. The A58 is stunningly cheap. It's less than most other wireless systems, but featuring the 5.8 GHz bandwidth makes it unique and totally affordable. Let me know in the comments which system you use, or if you prefer cables. I put a link in the video description to the XVive product page. Please check out my gear review playlist for more reviews like this one. Please give this video a fat thumbs up so that the reach is increased and others can see the video too. I hope to see you next week. Servus, baba.